Welcome back to my channel, Annette's VanTease, where I travel part-time in my self-converted van. So today is probably the most special place to visit. I don't even know if you can see me. I've wanted to come here for years and years and years. I don't know if you see the shirt I have on, but Tool is one of my favorite bands, has been forever. I love A Perfect Circle, Puscifer, everything that Maynard does. So I'm in Arizona and I just passed through Jerome, got tears. Very emotional time right now. I had a friend that I met at a concert. We became good friends. She flew up to see me. I flew down to see her. She was a big fan of Tool, A Perfect Circle. Puscifer I don't think was a thing, or I didn't know of them then. She was close friends with Maynard. She had a leather wrist wallet. It was something that I was looking for, something to cover my tattoo for work. She told me that she got her from Maynard, and he got it from Jerome, Arizona, from a friend of his who owned a leather shop.
In half a mile, turn right onto Main Street.
I saw that she wore it all the time, and it was in a lot of her pictures. So I asked her where she got it. I had been looking before I met her for something similar to that, and it was perfect for what I had needed for work. She said that Maynard had given it to her, and she said that he had even worn it on a Jay Leno Tonight Show as a way for him to say that hello. In editing this video, I actually looked for that because, I mean, she passed away in 2011. I have never looked for that video, and I found it. It was from 2004, and it was The Outsider.
Turn right onto Main Street. In 1 mile, keep right onto State Route 89A.
Not long after that, she sent an email, and she said that she was flying to Arizona Bay, and those that are closest to her knows what that means. It meant that she was going to see her friend. April 2nd of 2011, Kristen passed away at her own hands. I knew he had the winery in Jerome, so it's always been on my list to go there, to go to the winery. There it is. Oh my God. Her Hollywood Forever memorial, the bass player that she took a photo of me with was there. He was also in A Perfect Circle. He was the bass player for Maynard. And I remember I was in tears, and I went up to him and I said, the last time I saw you, she took our photo together. So the whole thing is like interconnected and just very special. That's why this is special to me. Oh my goodness. I am freaking fangirling it out right now. I have been the biggest Tool fan for like ever. I love Puscifer, I love A Perfect Circle, but I guess I wasn't in the know about everything that is here. So we're doing a Maynard tour. Okay, so I just finished up at the winery. We are now going to go back up to Jerome, check out that tasting room. So I'm gonna have some more wine, and then check out Jerome. I'm gonna come back down here. Oh my gosh. This is the most special trip I've had yet. Oh my goodness. Do you know how lucky I am today? I just went 10 miles in some crazy windy, hilly road, and look at this. Oh my goodness, I am so lucky. It didn't fall. The ice had melted, so that would have been all over the place. It didn't fall. So it's going away right now. See, I need to be checking my van when it's time to drive. Okay, time for another winery. So I almost got stuck. So I pulled in this 2-lane parking spot and the guy pulled in behind me, which was totally fine. But I didn't know that there's another spot up here. So she pulled in not knowing that I was stuck, and I'm in the van. I'm in the van and I'm like, wait a minute, how am I gonna get out? So I jumped out and I looked, I'm like, am I gonna be able to, like, because there's another parking spot right beside and then there's a pole right there. So I don't know how I would get out if that guy was still there and she was still here. So she just traded spots with me. Very, very sweet. So now she'll be able to get out because you can see, yeah. This is meant for RV parking, but there was no other parking spots for me to get in. So I parked here and then he parked behind me. But I didn't see the line in front of me that there was an empty spot. I thought I was pulled up all the way because it stops right there. Whatever. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention. First 2-story place in Jerome. It's the first 2-story building in Jerome. And now they throw coins at toilets. Ooh. Imagine back in the day. Now it's dilapidated, fallen in. The old 37. So Jerome purchased that. Bedtime. The Bartlett Hotel. Bernie Malasky, rustysculpture.com. Check out that person's work. Bedtime. All the monsters under the bed. With Jerome's rough and tumble early days came the red light district and prostitutes. Citizens showed their disdain by naming the alleyway from Main Street to Hull Avenue, which we're on now, Husband's Alley.
I'm picking some out for you. They sense me right.
This building, known as Ginny's Place, it was originally a brothel. It was built in 1898 by legendary Madame Belgian Ginny Botters. She came to Jerome from Belgium in 1896. When Ginny Botters was murdered in 1905, she was reputed to be the wealthiest woman in Arizona Territory. After her death, her son sold the building to John M. Sullivan, who turned it into Sullivan Hotel. Around the World in 80 Days was released in 1888. On November 15th of 1889, 25-year-old Nellie Blythe boarded a steamship to beat that record. She returned to New Jersey on January 25th of 1890. Over 72 days after her departure, a new world record for circling the globe had occurred. Thank goodness. I just came from down there. I am like on some kind of high right now because I didn't know he was doing so much good stuff for the area. Cottonwood, he has a restaurant at his vineyard, the winery, where you can do wine tasting. It's, oh my gosh, it's like 5-star food. It's like Italian. He's half Italian. They raise their own ducks and chickens. They use the duck eggs to make the pasta noodles. Yeah, oh my gosh. They have, well, you'll see it, the greenhouse. They have their own tomatoes for their sauces. So I just got a latte with 2 shots of espresso, and it is good once I put in the real cane sugar cubes. Oh my gosh, it's at the bottom. It's so good. Yeah. All right, let's go back to Cottonwood. Oh, and one more thing before I head back out, like I'm ready to get back out into this. So at the second bar, there was a guy whose boss left and walked out. So he comes up to me and he asked me how comfortable I am with strangers. And I said, well, I travel a lot, so I meet a lot of strange people. And then he says that he had 2 drinks left over because his boss walked out and wanted to give me the wine. And I'm like, no, because I was having the coffee and I was driving back down here. I'm probably going to have some honey mead. So I'm like, plus the campsite is right around the corner from here. So I don't need any more alcohol. I had some coffee. But even if not, you don't do that. But anyway, so I was going to pay for it. And the bartender lady, or the wine person, oh, I forget what they were called. Somali, whatever. She said that I handled that well. by not accepting his drink. Like, why are you going to be doing that? You know that's not cool. He could have put anything in that, and he may have. I have no idea. He ended up pouring it in, and he was like, okay, well, I'll have it. And then his boss ended up coming back, so it was just a little odd. And I think she thought it was a little odd too, but yeah, don't ever, ladies, maybe even gentlemen, because guys have weird things happen to them also. Don't take strangers' drinks. Yeah, not good.